we're in trances, going off to different places, different planets. Watch your aura pass me by, losing balance. What if we run out of time and second chances? Empty-handed. You like the fast life, you like to drive, get down and dirty, act like the bad guy. You want some love.
Okay, so we're going to talk about oral health. Okay, before you do anything every morning, we need to start with our tongue scraper. This is the one that I use. It's by Boca. I'll drop the link to the description in this video. I've had a number of tongue scrapers in my life, and I would have to say that this one is my absolute favorite. Is take it all the way to the back of your tongue and pull it forward, and then you're straight back, and then you're going to do it on the left side, and then you're going to do it on the right side. And you want to do that before you start brushing your teeth. Brushing your tongue is just not enough. You need a tongue scraper. So invest in a tongue scraper. There's so many of them on the market, tongue scraper, but I'll drop the link to the one that I use by Boca in this video. Step 1 is your tongue scraper. Step 2 is going to be a Waterpik. Invest in a Waterpik. There are a couple of different, there's so many different Waterpiks on the market. I just use Sonicare as the brand of toothbrush that I use. So it's already a product that I love and have used. I've had Sonicare toothbrushes for over 20 years. There is, a travel size. I actually just recently got my daughter a travel size, one that my mom recommended. And so I can drop the link for that one as well. I started using a Waterpik a couple of years ago, and it was just a horrible experience for me. I did not like the cold or cooler water hitting my gums and teeth, and that just prevented me from using it. What I learned, and I mentioned this to my mom, and she's like, oh yeah, I always use it with warm water. I was like, why you didn't give me the information? Why? Why are you holding out? So, 2 things. I fill this with warm water. A little bit warmer than warm, I guess. Does that make sense? Do you guys understand that? So it's not hot, but a little bit warmer than lukewarm. Okay? And so you have your fill line, so you don't want to go above your fill line. I'm gonna actually drain that out just a little bit. This is the secret here. This is secret sauce. I use Listerine Total Care. Use your mouthwash of choice, and I love the taste of this. I believe that this is an alcohol-free mouthwash. And so what I do is I just put some of it, here's my fill line, and I fill it to the top. And this just makes for a much better mouth cleaning experience. Like, oh my God, I can do this Waterpik now without an issue. So you want to use your Waterpik morning and night, and it's amazing. And do a test for yourself. Floss your teeth, or brush your teeth and floss, and then use your Waterpik after a meal, and see that there are still particles that are going to actually be removed by the Waterpik. So it's extremely effective for keeping your gums healthy. Unhealthy gums harbor bacteria, which will lead to bad breath, and among other things. I'm not medical, but we want healthy gums. If your gums are inflamed and red, and you have bleeding gums after you brush your teeth, I would recommend that you see a dentist, see a professional, but it's an indication that your gums aren't healthy, right? If they're red and inflamed, puffy, and when you to touch, they bleed, and that's not that's an indication of gingivitis. This is going to be an amazing experience, and after you use your Waterpik, It's gonna feel like you have just gotten out of the dentist chair. Oh my gosh. It's an amazing experience. And we haven't even brushed our teeth yet. Okay? We haven't even got to the teeth brushing, and it's already amazing. You guys know I like baking soda, so I don't do this daily. This is just a couple times a week. This is just a couple times a week. And so if I have an increase in tea drinking, then I will make sure I use a little bit of baking soda. The other thing I've invested in is just a glass, and of course it has to be cute. I found this glass on Amazon. If you're interested in, I'll share the link just in case anyone is interested in it. I recognize, and thank you, this is because of my viewers. I'd wash dishes and I was leaving the sink running while I was doing it. I was brushing my teeth and I was leaving the sink running while I was doing it. I was wasting water. So that's what I love so much about the space that we are building here, is that we all have an opportunity to learn, grow, and be better. And so because of you all, I now have a cup at my sink that I use, and that helps me make sure that I keep that faucet off and I'm not wasting my resource. It's amazing. Of course, you guys know I'm a Colgate girl. I love the White Optic advanced toothpaste. That is my go-to toothpaste. And that's it. That is my oral care. The truth is this: it's hard to tell someone that their breath isn't fresh. And what we want to make sure is that we are not the ones that don't have fresh breath. These are simple things that you can do. Waterpiks are so, there's so many different sizes and prices of Waterpiks. You can find one that's affordable. You don't have to spend a lot on these things. And then final, have 3 formulas of TheraBreath. My daughter originally introduced me to this product because for years I've just been a Colgate and Listerine girl. And so these are the 3 products that I have. This one is my favorite, of course. It's in a pink bottle. It's the anti-cavity. It helps fight cavities for 24 hours. It strengthens teeth enamel and helps you manage, of course, fresh breath. It has fluoride, no alcohol, no burning, and it helps build weakened tooth enamel and prevent tooth decay. And so this one is my favorite because I have used baking soda for so long. Having a product that build my enamel was really important to me personally. This is, of course, your girl had to get the whitening version, of course. And then this TheraBreath is just for, the focus is on odor killing bacteria. So a lot of times my thought behind this one was that I would use this one at night because I'm sleeping, but because I'm doing all of these things, not left with any like unhealthy heavy odor on your breath in the morning. And so the old adage that you wake up with smelly breath does not have to be your reality. Like, we're not living that life. We're not doing that. We're not doing that. So invest in your oral care. Invest in your Invest in your face card. Just your face card, right? Invest in your smile. And take a few minutes and invest in your lips. Do a lip mask. You know, I love this one. Again, my daughter hit me to this one. Honey Pot. She hit me to this, and she brought it home one day, and I was just attracted to the container. And when I tried it, I was like, oh, it's a game changer. So, you know, masking my lips, exfoliating my lips twice a week is something that I do. Okay, so that's the video. So thank you for watching. Thank you for watching. And flossing is super important. You know, it is important to floss. I like the satin floss, or the flat floss actually. That's the floss that I like. So flossing is super important as well. You want to do the Waterpik, but you also want to floss. Okay? So you know how to do that. Go ahead and floss. Hit all those spaces. The spaces in between my teeth are really tight, so I use the flat floss. That just works easier for me. And I can move kind of in and out very quickly. See that rhythm there? See that? See? What I have found for myself, flossing is not something that I can skip, even with the Waterpik. Thank you so much for hanging out with me this morning. I love to share time with each and every one of you. Let me know if you have any questions. Share your tips. Share the things that work for you. Oh, if anyone has a suggestion on an alternative to coconut oil pulling. I am allergic to coconuts. I'm allergic to a lot of things. We don't have enough time for that. But that is why you've been seeing in my videos where I've got a rash on my face. I am literally, the list of things I can eat is getting shorter and shorter. I'm breaking out in hives on average 2 and 3 times a week. I am now having, my body has a resistance or a reaction now to eggs. So where eggs were protein is kind of one of the things that I always did. Now, every time I eat eggs, I'm breaking out. And so I pulled back from a number of things and tested it over this week, and eggs is now something I can't do. So if someone has a suggestion, an alternative to coconut oil for pulling, please let me know that. That was something that I used to love to do. Remember, if you're going to pull with coconut oil, do not spit it into your sink. You want to put that in the trash, because you'll have to call a plumber. If that's something that you continue to do, you're gonna have to call a plumber. So I'm gonna jump in to my skincare, a quick makeup routine. I'm just gonna apply just some light coverage. Well, maybe I'm not. Nope. Here's my eye cream. So this is Jet Lag. This is a deep hydration serum by Jet Lag that I like to use, and I actually will put that underneath my eyes. It's actually the product I like to use under my eyes. Maybe getting tired of these eyes. And so I'm just going to do a little bit of light covered. Just apply a little color correct underneath my eyes. around my lip area. And it's just light. It's not anything heavy. I never wear heavy makeup anyway, but I always try to just keep it super light. Always try to keep it super light. So I always like to define my brows. And the only thing I put on my brows is brow gel. As some of you know, I get my eyebrows microbladed because your girl did not have any eyebrows. When I first moved here to Atlanta, as most people I knew, we would go to the nail salon, and that's where we got our brows done. And someone decided that she was gonna pluck my brow hair really thin, and I thought I was gonna die. And the next time she did the same thing, and the hair never really grew back in after that. And so I just for years had these like super thin brows. And I spent a lot of time over the years doing my brows. And one day I decided that I was going to get my brows done. And it was the best decision I'd ever, oops, can't use that, that's concealer. Wrong product for my face. So because I use the same concealer product for concealer and my foundation, I actually put a dot on my concealer so that way I can very quickly be able to determine which one is concealer and which one is my foundation match color. And so just light coverage, put my lids. I normally don't put foundation on my lids. I usually just put concealer, but you know, today we're just gonna roll with it. You can probably see the hives. It's clearing up, but and not. So at night I've been doing, because it takes 3 or 4 days to like completely clear up. And my brushes are clean because I wash my brushes pretty frequently. I got some new brushes and I just need to check the material just to make sure it's not something that my body reacts to. So I hit a little setting spray. I let that dry. Let that dry very quickly. I'll apply some lashes. And that's it, honey. That's it for the day. Oh, I'm not gonna put any powder on. I just use my powder brush. Just hit the shiny parts. I'll put on my lashes and that's it. A little bit of lip color. And literally that's like a light lip color. Lashes are easy as 1, 2, 3. I'll do those in a few minutes. Pull my hair down. It's kind of crazy looking because I did not wrap it last night. And I'm actually going to throw on a baseball cap today. I have literally been wearing lashes for over 20 years. Before my daughter was born, I started wearing lashes. I have these fancy tools that I use. Pen and some tweezers. Those are my fancy tools. And the reason why I like these bobby pins are because it just helps me control the amount of product I put on the seam of the lash. And so if you put too much product, it can cause them to slide. And so it just helps me kind of control that, control the narrative as much as I'm able to. Can't believe this month is already over. Like next week. Did we just start September? Like, oh my gosh. So it's an easy application. I've got my tweezer. I use the back of the tweezer to set, make sure that the lash is set in place. That easy. I say that, but it's not an easy journey to learn how to do your own lashes. I have a girlfriend that was a makeup artist that actually shared with me the technique of using the lash glue. Years and years ago. She does a lot of film and set work here in the city and of course travels. She's an amazing soul business owner, and she shared this with me many, many years ago because the issue that I was having is that when I was in the shower or I was in an area where things were very humid, my lashes would slide, and she's like, just use lash glue. And then I had an aunt who taught me how to do lashes. She used to do her own. She actually taught me how to do them. So initially I used to do individuals, and I stopped doing that because I was plucking out all my eyelashes. So I used to do individuals on myself, not just the clusters, but in an individual set. Took a lot of time, and then when I transferred over to just doing the strips, it was just so much easier, obviously, and took a whole lot less time. And that's it. Lashes are done. So yeah. That's it. So thank you so much for sharing time with me today. We're focusing on our oral care. We have these amazing teeth and unhealthy smelling breath. Those things don't go together, okay? They don't go together. So we want healthy gums, healthy teeth, a beautiful smile, and clean, fresh breath. A lot of your health is impacted by what you eat as well. Your gut health impacts your oral health as well. So do a check. Take a look at the things that you're eating. My food list is short, so God has made that real easy for me because there's so much I can't eat. Yesterday I had a very frustrating food day because every season I walk into, there's something else that I can't eat, and the list is already so small that what I've been doing is substituting with junk, and that's not good for me. The chips and the cookies and snacking just because I'm hungry is not the answer. Here I am being disciplined. We're being disciplined. And we are going to manage are we going to tuck the ears in, or are we going to leave the ears out? Sometimes I like my ears tucked out. I don't know. Sometimes I just like that look. And I like a few strands of hair out. I don't know why, but I do. It feels very up top, very cold weather. Let's talk about cold weather. Have you guys gotten any new coats? Like last season, spring, I bought a ton of coats. Oh, you guys can't see this one, but oh my God. This is the new trench. It's a pretty new item from Skims, and it is gorgeous. It's a trench, a long trench, and it was sold out for quite some time. And I was able to, it came back in stock. This is an extra small. Ew. Let me see, I actually was just pairing it. Planning for an event. Some travel that I haven't even taken the tag off of it yet. So such a great coat, and I look forward to rocking it with a baseball cap. I've got some up top travel coming, and I'll tell you more about that later. But I do have some East Coast travel coming up, and this is going to be the perfect coat for it. And like I said, I probably could have gotten an extra small because it's a little big. But we're going to roll with it. We're going to roll with it. Because it's a little bit oversized, so, you know, it's kind of that super cozy oversized look. Isn't it great? So I did snag some other coats, and I probably need to do a segment, oh my gosh, on coats and trenches that I picked up for the season. But anyway, thank you so much for sharing time with me, and I'll see you guys on the next video.